Diddy was captured by the feds after they showed the grand jury the Tupac footage, and the witnesses, the accusers, stepped forward, and now they finally getting justice for everybody, man. If you want to get justice for Kim Porter, Tupac, and everybody, go ahead and put the 222s in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Diddy in this whole entire situation, man. Did he do it? Is he gonna be found guilty? Is he gonna snitch on his Bad Boy's business partner, because they're the two people who were named in the whole entire allegation lawsuit and everything like that. Keefe, he already snitched on Pdiddy. What makes you think that if Keefe snitched on himself, he won't tell on Diddy to get less time? Because when the way that Keefe looking at it, he's looking at a 25 to life sentence, and he doesn't want to do all that time. He's already almost 60 years old, so he's gonna definitely tell on Pdiddy. Pdiddy, he's almost like 50, 60 years old too, so he's gonna tell the business partner from Bad Boys, because this is a RICO on Bad Boys. They were doing everything through Bad Boys. They wrote the $1 million check to take out Tupac from Bad Boys, and it had P. Diddy's name on it. That was his first mistake. They should have known that the evidence and the paper trail that they left was what was going to end up getting them caught up anyways, after Keefe started writing the book and telling the statements and everything like that. Once they came in and raided Diddy's house, and they found that security footage that was still there from the 90s and the early 2000s. They had a whole storage room full with the security cameras, the ADT system. Back in the day when they used to have the VCRs, they had the tapes of every weekend, every night, literally saved up in P. Diddy's library. So when the feds went in and raided it, they subpoenaed to get the whole footage. They had to buy the Tupac footage from ADT. They had to buy a lot of footage from ADT because most of the footage, it belongs to a third-party security company, and so people could buy it, edit the footage, make it blurry, and this happens all the time. But now 50 Cent, he's trying to partner up with the people who own the footage so he could buy it, so that he could give it to the people who need the justice and actually move things along. He's trying to get the money back into the family's hands. He's trying to get justice for Tupac, justice for Aaliyah, justice for Kim Porter, Heavy D, and all and on. Let me know who you guys are a fan of and where you from, because at the end of the day, Diddy should have known that this was all going to come to an end. He can't be riding it out this long, man. Nobody gets away with this for 30 years, and after all the accusers came forward, nobody trusts Diddy no more. He hasn't been doing any songs, no commercials. He hasn't been back to any of the studios or nothing like that. Nobody's hitting him up for a feature. We haven't seen him at any of the red carpet events, and they saying he's banned from the Grammys and the Oscars and everything like that. And people know for a fact that it's some serious things that was being said about him, man. That what caused him to pay that $30 million. And after that, somebody else came up asking for $20 million, and then now the newest accuser, they want $10 or $15, or else they're gonna take this whole thing to the federal jury and everything like that. It's the end for P. Diddy, man. He was being way too greedy and way too selfish. He should have been focusing on giving back to the community and making sure all the youth and everything know how to come up the right way and all that. But instead, he wanted to take his money and blow it and do this with it, and basically make it to where he's actually thinking for himself more than he's thinking for others. That's why P. Diddy, he was always had his own motives going on and everything like that. People thought they was just working for him. People thought it was just strictly business about the music and about making the hits in the studio and getting all of the samples cleared and everything like that. But no, they quickly realized that it was 1% of doing music and 99% of a whole other stuff, man. And so they didn't want to get caught up in all of that. That's why a lot of people, they fell off in bad terms with Bad Boys. It was always something that went on. P. Diddy tried to make it seem like they're the ones who messed up and did something, and he kicked them out. He tried to fire him like everybody else, and at the end of the day, people started realizing it was a blessing in disguise once they left Diddy, because once they got out of his whole control and everything like that, they were able to finally realize what was happening to them the whole time. And now they speaking out and saying, you know what, if anybody out there had Diddy did anything to, come to us, we're gonna help you get the justice and all that, call 800 this that. And at the end of the day, people got to realize that basically you can't trust nobody out here. Even celebrities with billions and billions of dollars, they always got their own thing going on in their head of what they want for themselves, and you might think you just gonna be there for the benefits and the perks and the music and all that, but at the end of the day, they know that they trying to get you to do something and everything. And people got to realize that Diddy, he was using a lot of people. This all goes back to don't get used and abused by these people, because at the end of the day, you got to realize that this whole thing goes back to the fact that he was really trying to get all of them to sign under Bad Boys so he could keep all the money and everything. He was just trying to get them to come to the parties and make them. He thought that if he showed them that they could be famous and popular, that they wouldn't care about being rich. And so that's why they went and they were chasing the success. But what was really happening was that Diddy was tricking them into chasing fame, and then he was trying to take all the money from it and everything. And then once they started speaking up about all the stuff, once they decided, they seen Cassie like chained up in the basement, they couldn't leave. Everybody kept coming to Diddy's house, knocking on the door and saying, hey, can Cassie come out to play? Can somebody come out? And he wouldn't let Gene Deal answer the door. He told Gene Deal to turn a blind eye to this. And now Gene Deal, he's gonna take the stand and testify against Diddy for Cassie, for Kim Porter, and for Tupac. And Keefe D, he's gonna do the same thing, because people gotta realize that Keefe D and Diddy, they knew each other the whole time. When the feds found all of them T-Mobile sidekick phones with the text messages going back and forth from like Keefe D to Pdiddy about the $1 million situation, and then they found the Blackberries with the same text about taking out Biggie and everything that Gene Deal overheard on the phone, on the home phone. People used to call Diddy, and this is how he was able to like use the pager. He would hit up Von Zip, and Von Zip would pass the phone to Keefe D. Anytime Diddy had like dirty work that he needed to get done in the streets, this is the way that he always like did it. The word on the street is that he called Von Zip and told him that he was gonna send $1 million check from Bad Boys to him if he could get Keefe D to, like, you know, he was gonna middleman it. He was supposed to take that $1 million check and go pay Keefe D and them out after they were the ones who ran up on Tupac when they were in the white Cadillac, just like Keefe D explained when he snitched on himself in the book, in the interviews, in the many videos and everything like that. So all the feds had to do was just like backtrack everything. They got a hold of all the people. They seen the witnesses that was standing right there at the intersection when Tupac got hit up. A lot of them didn't want to come forward, but now after Cassie had did the lawsuit, after Keefe D already snitched on Diddy saying that he's the one who paid for it, the witnesses, they're not scared to come forward anymore, because they realize the feds are already watching Pdiddy and that the RICO is going to happen any day. And so this is their moment to actually stand up and do what's right and go ahead and try to get the justice for Tupac and talk about what they seen that night as witnesses when they seen Sugeknight in the BMW pull up and they seen Keefe D in the white Cadillac. They know whose arm stuck out the window. They know whether it was like Keefe D, whether it was Orlando, or if it was Big Dre. And a lot of people are saying that it could have been Big Dre because it was a big arm sticking out the window. And so now that the witnesses are going to be like actually cooperating in this case, then they're going to be able to find out exactly how it happened. Once they see that footage and they're able to play it backwards and see who's the one that made the first move, then that's how they're going to know who's the main guy to get from this. Keefe D knows the whole story. Suge Knight, he knows the full story. And the witnesses and the actual people who was right there, the first responders, they know for a fact that it's something like a major update about to drop on this, because they're gonna go and get Diddy for all of this, everything that he did. Man, he should have left Tupac alone. He should have left Kim Porter alone. Now Kimora Lee Simmons, she got to take care of Diddy's kids, and Diddy's son already, like King Combs, he already had issues in the streets. Like he was doing something where he must have dissed the OG. Now the OGs are coming after him, man. So this is all bad, man. He like Diddy should have literally been doing things to teach his son to do things the right way, and now he's in his own hot water, and now everybody's gonna be messed up off this situation, because now somebody got to take care of Diddy's kids. He might be gone for a long time. He should have left all them people alone. He shouldn't have pushed it to the lengths that it went through. He was getting away with so much. He thought he was getting away with the Tupac. He thought he was getting away with the Biggie. And I want to send my condolences to Tupac's family, Biggie's family, Kim Porter's family, Heavy D's family, Aaliyah, everybody that's been affected by this. If you guys support them and you want justice for them, put the 222s in the comment section, subscribe and like this video. And now at the end of the day, people got to understand that it's coming down and the time is ticking. At any moment now, they're going to pretty much indict Diddy on this whole thing. They're going to take him in front of the whole grand jury. This might go to the Supreme Court, man, because it's looking like it's federal. A lot of the charges and the accusations that Diddy's going down for, it holds a lot of Fed time, and there's no statute of limitations, and it could be up to 50 years to life for all of this. And so we know for a fact that Diddy's gonna snitch, and he's gonna tell on his right hand man from Bad Boys. And a lot of people are saying that because Diddy has all these connections and he might rat on the executive from Bad Boys that he might not end up doing any time. He might just blame it on him or pay him off a few $1,000,000 to take the hit, and then they try to go and settle for something like that. Once the settlements come out, you're gonna know exactly how it is. But at the end of the day, the money's already been paid. Diddy definitely did something if he paid that 30 million to Cassie, and that's how they know that he's guilty of something like that, because most normally people wouldn't even pay anywhere close to that amount if they knew they didn't do anything. But Diddy, he must have known that he did every single thing on that list and that the DA and the prosecutors got, because what Cassie was saying, she took her time and she put together every single little moment that happened that Diddy thought he must have forgot that he did a lot of those things, man. But it was the timing, because Cassie, she actually like went ahead and started the motion for that, and it was a snowball effect. And it literally was a momentum where it had the next accuser come out and the next allegation came out, and then next thing you know, he gets hit with the Tupac RICO, and this whole entire thing just basically made Pdiddy fall off from the top of the world. Like, he had all of his products and items inside of Macy's stores, Dillard stores, Nordstrom's. He had it in all of the designer shops everywhere, and people were buying and spending millions and millions of dollars, and now they don't want to have nothing to do with him. They started throwing it in the dumpster. They're giving it away to the people now, and basically they're using it as like mops and rags and everything like that, and now they don't want to have anything to do with Sean John. Ciroc already fired him, and they exposed the fact that he was never a part of Ciroc. He was just a promoter at the end of the day. And so this whole thing goes back to the fact that you got to be doing the right thing. Like, take Diddy as an example. People got to realize that you got to stay doing things that are like, you know, normal. Don't be going off course like Diddy did. He had his millions of dollars. He could have kept it clean and cut and just kept riding that off until he passes it down to his kids. But no, he had to get greedy. He had to get selfish and have the ulterior motives that caused him to get in trouble for what he's doing now. And the karma from the whole situation basically caught up to him, and this is what put him into the predicament he's in right now. So y'all got to stay updated and stay subscribed for all the news that's coming out about this.